The Haunting of Eldergrove, the village cursed by shadows and secrets. Deep in the heart of the mist-shrouded forest, nestled between ancient oaks and gnarled pines, lies Eldergrove, a village where time itself seems to stand still. Its cobblestone streets are winding, veins in a place that defies the very essence of reality, and its quaint houses, with their steeply pitched roofs and ivy-clad walls, hold secrets older than the forest itself. But Eldergrove is no ordinary village. It is cursed, a place where shadows hold sway over the lives of its inhabitants, and every whisper of the wind carries a fragment of a forgotten nightmare. Chapter 1. The Arrival. It began one cold autumn evening when a group of travelers, seeking shelter from a fierce storm, stumbled upon Eldergrove. The village appeared like an illusion through the dense fog, a picturesque anomaly in the landscape. Drawn by the promise of warmth and respite, they entered. The villagers welcomed them with eerie politeness, their eyes reflecting a strange blend of gratitude and fear. They offered hot meals and rooms, but the air was thick with an unspoken tension. The travelers, though unsettled, dismissed their feelings as the product of their long journey and the storm's unnerving howl. That night, as the storm raged outside, strange occurrences began. Shadows flickered in the corners of their rooms, twisting and writhing like living entities. Whispers echoed through the corridors, fragments of forgotten conversations that seemed to be spoken by unseen mouths. Chapter 2. The Curse Unveiled. As dawn broke, the travelers awoke to find the village in an unsettling state of disarray. The once welcoming streets now seemed unnaturally quiet. The villagers moved about their daily routines with a mechanical precision, their eyes glazed over as if in a trance. One of the travelers, a historian named Clara, sensed something was deeply wrong. She began to investigate the village's history and discovered disturbing records buried in the dusty corners of the village archives. The documents spoke of a curse placed upon Eldergrove centuries ago by a scorned witch named Alara. Alara had been wronged by the villagers, accused of dark sorcery and driven from the village. In her final act of vengeance, she cast a curse that bound the souls of the villagers to the shadows, ensuring that they would live out their days in perpetual fear and isolation. According to the lore, the curse could only be broken if someone willingly sacrificed their own life to appease the vengeful spirit. Chapter 3. The Unraveling Mystery. Determined to uncover the truth, Clara delved deeper. She discovered that every few decades, a group of outsiders would appear in Eldergrove, only to be trapped by the curse, their souls becoming part of the village's dark tapestry. The travelers before her had all vanished without a trace, their fates sealed by the curse. As night fell, the travelers began to experience the full brunt of the curse's effects. Shadows grew restless and began to manifest in terrifying forms, twisted, ghostly figures that seemed to hunger for the warmth of the living. The villagers, now completely under the witch's thrall, turned cold and distant, their eyes empty pools of despair. Desperate to break the curse, Clara rallied the remaining travelers and concocted a plan to confront Alara's spirit. They ventured to the edge of the village, where the witch's old dwelling was said to be hidden. Chapter 4. The Final Confrontation. The witch's dwelling, shrouded in an unnatural gloom, was a place where time seemed to have stopped. Inside, the air was thick with an oppressive darkness, and the walls were covered with arcane symbols and occult writings. As they made their way through the desolate space, a chilling voice echoed from the shadows. Alara's spirit emerged, a spectral figure of wrath and sorrow. She revealed that her curse was not just about revenge, but a desperate cry for recognition and redemption. She wanted the village to acknowledge her suffering and wrongdoing. Clara and the travelers, facing the spectral entity, had to confront their own fears and make a harrowing choice: to sacrifice one of their own to appease the spirit and break the curse, or to leave the village forever, abandoning its inhabitants to their eternal torment. Chapter 5. The Aftermath. In a heart-wrenching moment, one of the travelers, brave and selfless, volunteered to sacrifice themselves. The village's curse was lifted, the shadows dissipated, and the villagers, now free from their torment, began to remember their humanity. They expressed their deep gratitude to the travelers, who left Eldergrove forever changed by the experience. As they departed, the village began to crumble into the forest, as if it had never existed at all. Eldergrove vanished into the mists, becoming nothing more than a whispered legend in the annals of forgotten tales. To this day, the story of Eldergrove serves as a chilling reminder of the dark power of curses and the lengths to which vengeance can drive a soul. The misty forest remains, a silent witness to the village that once was, and the shadows that continue to whisper its tragic tale. Closing thoughts. The story of Eldergrove is a haunting testament to the power of curses and the mysteries that lie hidden in the folds of time. The village, with its chilling secrets and spectral inhabitants, remains an eerie echo of a past shrouded in darkness and despair. If you dare to explore the shadows, remember that some secrets are better left buried in the mist.